Basic Ecology, the ecosystem in adventure, a multimedia in basic ecology. The biosphere. Atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere, a fourth region called biosphere, is formed by the merging of ecosystem all over the surface of the Earth. The biosphere is like a very thin envelope surrounding the Earth at the bottom of the atmosphere. Most living things are found within the space extending upward to the canopy of the tallest trees and downward to a depth of about 70 meters of lighted water. In other words, the biosphere includes the surface of the lithosphere, body of water, and the ocean floor where living organisms exist. Lesson 2. Biotic Components of an Ecosystem. Another way of grouping organisms is to distinguish between those that can make their own food, the autotrophs, and those that cannot, the heterotrophs. Those that manufacture their own food are said to be autotrophic. The terms autotroph and autotrophic came from the Greek word auto meaning self and tropikos meaning nursing or feeding. Thus, they mean self-nourishing or self-feeding. Autotrophs are the producers of biotic communities. Most autotrophic organisms manufacture food by utilizing the energy from the sun. The process is known as photosynthesis. Plants, algae, and some bacteria have green pigments called chlorophyll that captures sunlight and thus permits them to perform photosynthesis. Another group of bacteria has the ability to manufacture food using the energy stored in inorganic molecules through the process called chemosynthesis. Compared to photosynthetic autotrophs, chemosynthetic autotrophs have much more limited distribution in the biosphere. However, they play a very important role in certain habitats, such as ocean floor around hydrothermal vents in such a hot mineral-rich environment. Chemosynthetic sulfur bacteria are the sole producers of entire communities of heat-tolerant organisms. The very productive communities thrive near the vents at temperature of around 40 degrees Celsius. The term heterotroph and heterotrophic came from the Greek words heteros meaning other and tropikos meaning nursing. Heterotrophs are the consumers and the decomposers of biotic communities. They may be grouped into two based on size. The large ones are called macro-consumers. The prefix macro literally means large, while the tiny ones are called micro-consumers. Micro means small. Cow, dog, and frogs are examples of macro-consumers. Microbes such as the malarial parasites, paramecium, and non-autotrophic bacteria are examples of decomposers. Heterotrophs may also be grouped into four based on what they feed on. Those that feed on plants such as carabaos and goats are called plant eaters or herbivores. Those that feed on flesh or meat such as dogs and cats are called flesh eaters or carnivores. Those that feed on both plants and meat, such as humans and chickens, are called variety eaters or omnivores. Those that feed on small pieces of leaves and other organic matters, collectively called detritus, are known as detritus feeders or detritivores. Detritivores are abundant on the forest floor, in soil, and in bodies of water. Still another group of heterotrophs consists of those that absorb dissolved organic materials, usually the product of decomposition. These are called saprotrophs. Their mode of feeding is known as saprotrophic nutrition. The most abundant saprotrophs are saprotrophic bacteria. Other examples are mushrooms and other fungi. Lesson 3. Abiotic Components of an Ecosystem. Certain aspects of physical environment determine the distribution of plants and animals on land. Three of these are climate, soil, surface relief or topography. Effects of climatic condition. Light. Talahib grows well in abundant sunlight, while ferns grow well in the shade. Temperature. Pine trees grow well in cold countries. In the Philippines, at the high elevation. On the other hand, banana plants thrive in tropical countries. Third is moisture. The gabi plant grows well in water-soaked ground, while the rose plant prefers moderate water only.